Вот он я, вот ребята. Нас отправляют всех сегодня на войну.
The Ukrainian Air Force destroyed a Russian platoon stronghold in the Kursk region with a precision strike near Yelizavetivka. Drones used to attack Ukrainian forces in Sumy were located there. It's safe to say that Russian forces here are completely destroyed, and this again shows the excellent coordination of Ukrainian drone operators. Russian soldiers are once again voicing their grievances, claiming that even the wounded, including those using canes, are being sent back to the front. They assert that the command is indifferent to their condition and simply forces them into battle.
Вот военнослужащие, все с палками. Кто как раненый, у кого руки, у кого ноги. Я глухой, тоже с палкой. Вот он я, вот ребята. Нас отправляют всех сегодня на войну. Вот таких вот.
Ukrainian fighters from the 2nd Mechanized Battalion advanced on Russian fortifications in the Kharkiv region, hurling grenades into their positions. Overwhelmed by the assault, the enemy chose to surrender. Russian infantry on the front lines faced dire conditions: poor supplies, outdated equipment, and relentless Ukrainian drone strikes. Many are sent into battle with little training, forced to advance through minefields under heavy fire. Hunger, exhaustion, and lack of medical care leave them demoralized, with some units suffering over 50% casualties in just days. A Russian soldier narrowly escapes after a Ukrainian drone strikes his vehicle. In the video, he warns, "Guys, don't drive without EW." The drone strike leaves a Russian pickup truck engulfed in flames.
Стресс! Фу, бля! Ебануться! Не ездите без рэба.
Strelkov Gherkin. We have completely handed over any initiative to Trump. We have relinquished our own agency and given Trump the authority to decide how he will make peace and on what terms. We suffered a diplomatic defeat even before the negotiations began. On the phone call between Trump and Putin. After listening to today's mix of honey and oil pouring from every iron, I couldn't help but recall a scene from the movie Ivan Vasilievich Changes Profession, where a blonde lady starts calling her friends, exclaiming, "Can you imagine? You're going to faint! Yakin dumped his hag and is going to Gagra with me." That's about the impression I get from our propaganda regarding the Trump-Putin talks, and the excitement over the fact that Trump spoke with Putin for an hour and a half, but only gave Zelensky 10 minutes. Well, what can I say? When you eagerly shove your nose into the hands of a respected partner with such enthusiasm, the result, unfortunately, is bound to be disastrous. I don't yet know what this will lead to, but it certainly won't benefit Russia. And in this context, I don't find it funny. I find it deeply, deeply sad. In reality, we have completely handed over any initiative to Trump. We have abandoned our own agency, giving Trump full control over deciding how peace will be made and on what terms. We suffered a diplomatic defeat even before the negotiations began. That's a fact. As for what will come of all this, whether the war will continue or not, I have my own view, which I have already expressed. I believe that at the very least, there will be a spring-summer campaign, and fighting will continue. After that, we'll see. In any case, stopping a war is much harder than starting one. Zelensky and the US Vice President made statements after their meeting in Munich. J.D. Vance emphasized that Ukraine and the US aim for lasting peace, not a new conflict in Europe in the coming years. Zelensky thanked the US for its support and noted that a clear plan is needed to stop Putin.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. We're, of course, happy to welcome the Ukrainian delegation led by President Zelensky. We had a number of fruitful conversations, a number of things for us to follow up and work on. And fundamentally, the goal is, as President Trump outlined it, we want the war to come to a close. We want the killing to stop, but we want to achieve a durable, lasting peace not the kind of peace that's going to have Eastern Europe in conflict just a couple years down the road. So we had a number of good conversations about how we might accomplish that together, and certainly we'll have many more in the days, weeks, and months to come. President Zelensky.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Very briefly, I think Vice President said everything and absolutely correct. We are very thankful for American support. President Trump, we have good conversation today. Our first meeting, not last, sure, and really what we need to speak more, to work more, and to prepare the plan how to stop Putin and finish the war. We want peace very much, but we need real security guarantees, and we will continue our meetings and our work, and we will be very happy to see General Kalak also in Ukraine in this closest time. Thank you, Vice President, for the meeting. Thank you, colleagues. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you all.
Take
care, guys.
Do you go to Kyiv? If Ukraine is not ready to come to the table with Putin, if Ukraine is not ready to speak with Putin at the table, how do you move forward? Will you still negotiate?
Well, look, I think the way that this conversation moves us forward is, first of all, you have great members of the Ukrainian delegation. You have our incredible Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, here. We have General Kellogg. It's important for us to get together and start to have the conversations that are going to be necessary to bring this thing to a close. That's all I'm going to say for now, because I want to preserve the optionality here from the negotiators and our respective teams to bring this thing to a responsible close. Thank you all and have a good night.
U.S. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth. As far as Vladimir Putin being emboldened, he's going to declare victory no matter what. You sort of can expect that, no matter what the outcome is. Thankfully, the bravery of the Ukrainians and allies that came alongside them, especially early in the war, deterred and defeated Vladimir Putin from achieving what he wanted, which was all of Ukraine.
As far as Vladimir Putin being emboldened, he's gonna declare victory no matter what. You can expect that, no matter what the outcome is. Thankfully, the bravery of the Ukrainians and allies that came alongside them, especially early in the war, deterred and defeated Vladimir Putin from achieving what he wanted, which was all of Ukraine.
In the Kursk region, Russian troops attempted to storm Ukrainian positions by loading soldiers onto armored vehicles. However, the 156th Separate Battalion of the Territorial Defense of Ukraine had other plans. Using drones, they stopped the vehicles and then destroyed them. This operation has diverted significant Russian military resources, with reports indicating that up to 60,000 Russian troops were redeployed to counter the Ukrainian presence in Kursk. Additionally, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has expressed concerns over Russia potentially deploying up to 3,000 more North Korean troops to the region.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.